The war in Syria made Abdul Ayyub and his family refugees in their country. He also lost his son. It's been 4 years since Abdurrahman disappeared while traveling to neighboring Lebanon. His taxi driver told the family he was taken at a government checkpoint.
Please help me. Tell me where he is. I just want to hear his voice. I don't know anything about him. I just want to know if he's alive or dead.
There are many others in a similar position. Human rights groups have documented the detention, abduction, and enforced disappearance of at least 130,000 Syrians. Most had taken part in peaceful protests when the uprising began in 2011. Calls by the UN and other organizations for their release from government jails have grown louder with the spread of coronavirus. In late March, Syrian President Bashar al-Assad issued an amnesty for some crimes without mentioning political prisoners. Rights groups say the decree was a tactic to avoid international pressure. They have documented the release of less than 100 people jailed for common crimes, while more than 100 were arrested in the same period.
It
was the 18th amnesty issued, and still 130,000 political prisoners are in jails. There have also been deaths due to torture despite the amnesties.
The Assad government denies holding prisoners of conscience and torturing detainees to death in secret security prisons. But UN investigators say tens of thousands of people have disappeared and may no longer be alive. Some who survived, like Dr. Mohammed Abu Hilal, are turning to an ally of Bashar al-Assad for help. He wrote a letter to Russian President Vladimir Putin, which was published in the Russian media.
I urged him to pressure Bashar al-Assad to release the arbitrarily detained people, the most vulnerable. So far, my email is empty. They didn't provide me any response so far. But at least I did my duty, actually, to hold him accountable, actually.
Years of campaigning have done little to pressure the government to release the prisoners or allow independent monitors into detention centers. Few believe anything will change. For Abdurrahman's mother, there doesn't seem to be any end to her pain. Zeina, Khodr, Jazeera, Beirut.